I'm going to have a link down below in the description box to credit the website in which I got this information from. And they are stating that the Daily Mail is the source of this information, and it's being circulated all over the internet, all social media platforms, where there have been talks about Hulk Hogan becoming a heel for his future appearances in WWE, and plans are in place for him to be a bad guy to assist a wrestler on WWE's roster in order to help out on a future storyline. I said before this tweet on X, or this post on X, whatever you want to call it. I miss Twitter and the tweets. I tweeted, goddammit, Hollywood Hogan would draw so much heat it would give Dirty Dom hypothermia. I was proud of that. I came up with that. Nobody else said that. I think it could work in the sense that anything could work if it's done right. Is Hogan going to make it all about himself? Is he too far gone, no offense, that the universe doesn't care enough about him, that it doesn't matter how great the sketch would be, it wouldn't work out? Who is the superstar that he would be aiding in elevating their careers? Does Hogan still have that power to give somebody the rub? Kind of like what Undertaker did to Rhea. Rhea doesn't really need the rub from Undertaker, but it didn't take all that long. It took but a moment. It didn't slow things down. I'm just glad he was on a motorcycle. They said, bitch, we ain't got time for you to walk down the aisle. We need you on your motorcycle. That was me trying to be funny. So there's that. And yeah, I think it could be interesting. It's sort of like how I was going to make a separate video on this, but I'm just going to throw in a little teaser just in case I end up not making the video. It's sort of like how The Rock on Netflix premiere didn't come out as the final boss, and why, as much as I would have wanted to have seen him put the Olafal on himself and rock bottom Roman Reigns, it didn't happen, because in the end, doing the whole like Roman Reigns taking out The Rock at Mania, and as an example, even though a lot of us want to see that match, Roman Reigns is such a self-made, elevated superstar that getting, I keep using the word the rub, whatever you want to call it, from The Rock is meaningless. That is how big Roman Reigns is. Like, he's reached that height. The Rock can't elevate him any higher. What could Hogan do for somebody? I don't know. So it's not that I'm afraid to answer my own question. It's my opinion is I would really have to see the superstar in question, and what would Hogan's role be? Would he be a mouthpiece? Is he going to try to be like a Paul Heyman? But as a knee-jerk reaction, if you just want like my initial thought without even thinking about it, he's not needed. You got your deal with your Real American Beer. I don't see personally, with all due respect, what he could bring to the product. I don't. It's not an insult. It's not a compliment. And you have to understand, I was there for the birth of fucking Hulkamania. I grew up and watched religiously Hulkamania through the golden era. Okay? I am putting aside nostalgia. I am putting aside my bias for him or against him to say that at this current time, I don't see it. But I'm also not a visionary. I don't always see the bigger picture. Sometimes I need the picture to be somewhat drawn. I need a fucking stencil or something for me to work with to be like, you know what? I never would have thought of that. You know, that actually could work. Okay. All right, then. But as for all this talk about multiple future appearances, it's like, whoa. Like, it's not the age thing. It's just your time has come. Ric Flair's time has come. Goldberg's time has come. Let's allow, within reason, of course, some people to sometimes come back, have a little moment, like Undertaker, right? Undertaker came out, gave Rhea Ripley the rub, I guess you could say. Not that she needed it. Again, not an insult, just an observation. It probably told him to do the American Badass because, quite frankly, with how long Raw was and with how long his fucking walking down the aisle is for Undertaker's entrances, they were like, bitch, get on that bike, do a lap, get out, put your arm up, and get out. And I have no issues when legends do that because, to contradict myself, if it wasn't for people like your Hogans and your Undertakers, they helped pave the way, as the expression goes, right? For the longest time when I used to watch Hulk Hogan, well, yes, Hulk Hogan, in wrestling, you would see at the bottom like the copyright WWF, Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania, copyright, all that stuff. Like, it was all about him. He was the face of the company. He and McMahon, whatever person he ended up becoming, for either of them, they have really helped shape the business. And again, it's all about how much time you're going to take away, potentially, from other stars that are trying to come up into the business and showcase their talent, showcase what they have to offer to the world of professional wrestling. So again, on paper, I don't see it. I don't get what value he brings, to be just blunt. But I would love to see, and I think we might, if this ends up being true from the Daily Mail. It'll be interesting to see, as I often say, what is it that he's going to do? What role is he going to have exactly? And then from there, I'll be able to further analyze as to whether or not this is a complete waste of time or not. Like the joke that I said, when Hogan came out talking about his beer, I think it would have been fucking hilarious for Stone Cold Steve Austin to come out. So Hogan would have been all the way in the ring, and then Stone Cold Steve Austin comes out. I can't do his voice, so you're just going to have to say this in your head in the voice of Steve Austin. You come out here with your cheap beer, and then the crowd goes, what? Is there any vitamins in that beer? What? Takes a sip of it. Tastes like goddamn watered down horse piss. What? Just like something goofy. There could have just been something, in my brain there without giving it too much thought again. There's a little scenario there that I think would have been funny. Because in the end, I don't have anything against nostalgia and bringing back some of these dinosaurs for a moment or two. If done properly and if the time is respected for the others. That's really what it's about. It's the proper balance. So I'm going to hold off full-blown judgment. We're going to see what transpires of this, if anything at all. And naturally, because I'm looking to make a video a day, hopefully there's something every day for me to talk about, I will make an updated video on this if there's ever further details on this. Let me know down below, as always, what you think of this. What you think of anything else that has to do with wrestling. Just because I talk mainly about WWE again doesn't mean you can't say, hey, so what do you think of, well, I already made a video on it. I'm just giving an example there. Oh, what do you think of Adam Copeland, Edge just going by Cope? Like, it doesn't have to just be WWE. You can give me a story that I may not be familiar with, Chris Jericho or whatever, just anybody in another promotion. And I don't mind doing a little bit of research, being caught up to speed and going, oh, wow, I didn't know this was going on. This is interesting. Edge and Christian or whatever have gotten back together, for example. Let's say I just didn't know. Yeah, what are my thoughts on that? If there's one person that cares to hear what the hell I have to say about anything that has to do with wrestling, yeah, it gives me an extra reason, like I said, to be more engaged, more active on my channel, rather than just doing, so here's what happened on Raw. So here's what happened on SmackDown. So here's what happened on Raw. Like, I like doing that, but I don't like just doing that. Anyhow, I don't want to make this video. Oh my God, I did it. It's fine. 10 minutes. Could have taken 10 seconds. Thumbs up as always if you liked the video. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm. and trying so desperately to make me a little wee bit more relevant in the search results when people are looking shit up on the internet. There's a lot more than just a happy feel-good moment when I see 1 or 2 likes on my video. It actually does something algorithmically. I said it right the first time. You didn't like the video? Go ahead. Give a thumbs down. I'll bend it in half, twist it, break it off. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, I mean, naturally, that would be pretty sweet. But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. If I'm lucky, maybe I'll see some of you in the next video. Bye for now.